got class, so, waiting for them to get out of class to go practice, but I would hope they're excited. They've done an unbelievable job getting to this point, giving ourselves a chance to, get in the NCAA and represent SMU. It's been a while. And, after last year, I think it's even more significant. But I would hope they'd be excited.
Nick just said that he expects there to be obviously some nerves when they take the floor the first time, because this has been built up to this point. What do you tell them to try and how to handle it with the intensity and all of that from the moment for that first game?
I wouldn't think they're human if they weren't nervous or excited. I know I'll be. It's a little different for me. I've been lucky enough to be there a number of times. I'm coaching, against a school that means a lot to me. I had an unbelievable experience at UCLA and, love the place and love what it stands for. But I want them just to enjoy it. I think all the coaches, we've talked about it. It's a great accomplishment, but, we just start a new chapter. We got to respect who we're playing, and if we do that and do our best, we'll be fine.
What were your initial thoughts when you saw you matched up against UCLA?
Not the same when I saw you wearing Ohio State shirt. I kind of chuckled. I thought maybe we'd play Maryland with Mark Turgeon, or Kentucky with John Calipari, or Kansas with Bill Self. I could go on and on, but I kind of chuckled. I didn't get to see the selection show. Everything was so hectic, and when I found out Temple and Tulsa and Connecticut didn't get in, that kind of consumed me during that period of time. There wasn't a lot of celebrating for me when I saw that happen. And then, but then when I found out how excited our seniors were, I took a lot of pride. I really didn't care who we were playing. I was just thankful we were in.
The run that the team made last year, getting to the NIT championship game, how much does that experience help in this situation in terms of knowing how quickly you have to prepare and mentally how quickly you need to turn around?
We'll find out, won't we? I've always said this, when you come from a major program, everybody assumes you're going to be in the NCAA, and all the kids that go to your school kind of think they're going to win a national championship. And the benefit of going to major tournaments, every game is such a meaningful game against a quality opponent. So I think that happened to us last year. The NIT was great. It was a wonderful experience. We played quality teams. I'm hopeful it'll help, but at the end of the day, this is a different team. We lost two great players, in Sean and Nick, and then, we lost a couple of good ones this year, with Keith and Justin. But anytime you play quality teams like we have, it helps. And then playing in the environment we had to play in on Sunday, I would think would be something that they should embrace, because now we're playing on a neutral court, and we actually are going to have some SMU people there, which is something I think we're all really proud of.
Did you learn anything about your team during the AAC tournament?
Yeah, I think we can win with Nick not playing as good as he's capable of playing, even though so many of the intangible things he did gives us a chance. I learned that, I can count on 8 guys. Right now that's generally how many people we're playing. I'm not afraid to put anybody in, no matter what the circumstances. Maybe. I think we handle adversity a lot better than we've ever had before, and I'm sure we're going to face it again. We got behind, in 2 games in the tournament, and then Connecticut made a great run, and we were able to right the ship a little bit. So mostly good things.
Yannick was very vocal during the championship game, trying to urge his teammates on. How has he grown as a leader this season?
Well, he's grown in so many ways. Last year was tough for him because he had to sacrifice a lot when he got hurt. He didn't get to play as much as he probably deserved, but never complained and came back with an unbelievable attitude. He doesn't usually lead by, talking much, but the example he sets every day in every drill, every practice, every game is, to me, his biggest contribution, because nobody works harder or cares more.
When you look at UCLA, they average, 77 points, and almost 70 come from 5 guys. When they rely so heavily on 5 guys, does that change your approach at all?
It's a great hamburger place. I don't think about, when you get into the tournament, like we got into the conference tournament, we got into the NIT and all the NCAA tournaments that I've been into, you can't reinvent yourself. You got to worry about how you play. You look at our team, we're not, without Keith now and Justin, we're not unbelievably deep. But when I look at their roster, there's 3 or 4 McDonald's All-Americans on that roster. And they got a great coach. I mean, he is really, really good. They got so much tradition. But I don't think we have enough time to worry about, UCLA. We got to focus on SMU and what we need to do.
How much are teams giving Nick even more attention now than they were earlier?
I think it's grown, obviously, in the conference. When you see our success and you know how much he's on the court and the responsibility we give him night in and night out, I think people have paid attention to that, but it's really shown that our inside people are really a factor. So, but he's learning. He's getting used to attention now. People overplaying him and changing matchups, and trying to keep him from catching the ball. And at first, I found out he was a little, discouraged, and I keep trying to tell him that to me is a sign of respect. And I hope he understands that, because that's what happens to great players. Any good coach is going to try to take away your best players. And fortunately for us, we've had other people step up. I never imagined, without having Keith and Justin, that Nick could go 3 for 14 back to back, and we could win 2 games against quality teams. But I think he's going to play his best moving forward.
He played all but a few minutes in the conference tournament up in Connecticut. With the minutes he's playing, plus the physical attention he's getting from defenses, are you worried about him wearing out? Is there anything you can do to manage that at this time of year?
No, with all these timeouts, the length of the timeouts, and heck, they play more in AAU ball. I don't think it's any big deal. Every time I took Allen Iverson out, he got mad at me, and we played 48-minute games. So, but I'd like to rest Nick more, and I think we'll try to figure that out. But games dictate how you use people, and we have some days off between, our next game. We didn't do very much yesterday, but I don't enjoy that aspect of it, but that's just the way it is.
Okay, we got time for one or two more. Anything else?
It's been a long time for SMU. It's also been a long time for you since you coached in the NCAA tournaments. How much has changed since then? Coverage or any other things that surround the tournament?
And no Danny Manning. No, it's been a big deal. You know, my first year as a head coach, I had 4 freshmen. We went to the final game. We were a layup away from winning the national championship. I thought, shoot, this is going to be easy. But it's not. And then when I can understand how long it's been since we've been there and since we've won a game, I'm just thrilled that, you know, this is happening for SMU. And that, you know, I'm part of it.